It's RJ McNicholl again here with the Rock Counseling Group, and I'm here today with Tia Crom, who's the owner of TK Salon here in Mahomet, Illinois, and really wanted to talk with her today about self-care. And we're going on a couple months now of being at home and not having access to some of the normal personal services that we're used to, things like salons, nail salons, massages, things like that. And I really wanted to talk with you a little bit about why you think people are really missing those services and why those have been something that has been such a focus of things that people have not had access to.
Right. So my feeling on it is that when you feel like good about what you look like or see in the mirror, you definitely just feel better about yourself, and you also like can do better like in everyday things. So like I feel like people are missing the salon because it's like one, human interaction. Two, it's someone who like you have trusted most of the time. We're friends to our clients. We are kind of like a secret that people can tell us secrets to because they know it's not going to go anywhere. It's just something like a salon is somewhere that you can just be yourself and like with that another person, and you're getting a little bit of me time. You're getting physical touch, which is definitely like a way of like feeling appreciated. And so I think that's what people are missing. And people are saying, oh, it's just a haircut. But when you're used to having your hair lay a certain way every time when you try to style it, and then it grows out, it's really hard for people to get it to do what they want. So then they struggle just like emotionally, like, oh, I'm having a bad hair day. It's not like, and so that's emotionally tolling. So I think people are just like ready to feel like themselves again.
Absolutely. One of the things that I've been talking to a lot of people about is when we get up in the morning is to get ready and get dressed for the day you want to have and the place you want to be, not necessarily the place you
Right.
are.
Yeah.
And that can make you feel pretty good. And so, if people could just focus on maybe just doing one thing or some tips that you would suggest to focus on that would may help them to feel like, okay, I'm getting ready for my day, even though I may not be in the place I want to be. What would be some of
Mhm.
those suggestions?
So, I'd always, I mean, I'm not a therapist, but in the chair, we definitely talk about like if someone's having like bad, I'm always like, try to get as normal as possible with your routine. Even when you are going through like hardships, say people are going through divorces or something, and you don't want to get out of bed and you just want to be in your pajamas. And that's kind of where we're all at. We're what is it, 60 days in now. And I feel like a lot of us are falling into the slump. I mean, I'm guilty of it myself, where I'm just like, when was the last time I washed my hair? And that really can take a toll on your emotional. So just getting up in the morning and doing somewhat of a routine that you used to do. If you're going to your office of your kitchen table, make sure you're trying to at least do something like, okay, change your pajamas into new pajamas. Do For women, I call it the no makeup look, where you're just putting on like just a little bit of something so that when you are on a Zoom meeting, you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I gotta turn off the screen so they don't see me. So that you can just feel like, oh, I did something with myself today.
Yeah, absolutely. And staying in that routine is so incredibly important. And, we talk about this idea of self-care. And self-care is not just, your hair and makeup
No,
and other
no,
things. And so,
it's all kinds of
well,
things.
yeah. And so what kind of things have you been doing, or what kind of things have you even suggested to some of your clients who have reached out to you about, self-care and taking care of yourself and trying to manage your day, especially with, kids at home or young kids
Hmm.
and trying to manage work and all those things.
Oh my gosh. So, anytime it's sunshine, get outside. Like, take the sunshine for, all that it is. That's something that I've said to pretty much everybody who's contacted me is enjoy the sunshine when you have it, because that's definitely a therapy in itself. Um, the Another thing is like show yourself some love is another thing that I've done. So whether that is washing your face, because a lot of us are not wearing makeup. Women are not wearing makeup every day, so we're not even going to the extra step of washing our face. So taking those time to like, okay, let me just wash my face and give myself some like touch and some self-love, because love is an action word and you really need to like work on it. If you're not loving yourself, it's going to show in other things. It's going to just trickle down. So washing your face. Another thing is, me and my husband, we did pedicures at home, because he needs love too, and I want my toes painted. And so he painted my toenails for me. And did he do the best job? No, but it is what it is. I got, that touch. I got, the feeling of, oh my gosh, someone's taking care of me. And then reciprocating that to him is an awesome way. Another thing I've talked about for self-care is not physical, like doing something to yourself, is take 20 minutes of your day. 20 minutes is not a long time, and do something that you enjoy. Going for a car ride with the music blaring, take 20 minutes, and if it's sunny outside, take a blanket, sit outside, and just like think about you, not your bills, not your mortgage, not the kids and what you're going to feed them. Just 20 minutes of just, I'm going to relax time, whatever that may be. 20 minutes of reading a book, that is self-care in my opinion. So.
Well, and you bring up a really good point. I know that you have a young one at home as well, and so trying to navigate that with schools and daycares and things being closed,
Yeah,
and so a lot of people are trying to manage, and feeling like, not only am I feeling like I'm not taking care of myself, but am I being a good parent? Am I spending enough time
yes,
with my kids? Am I giving
right.
them my attention while I'm also doing work at home in front of them? And so what would you say to those other parents and moms out there that are struggling with some of those same thoughts?
Yeah. So definitely, you always have to take care of yourself first. Otherwise, you're not going to take care of the ones that are around you. It's like this is my favorite thing is put your oxygen mask on first, and then you take care of the other ones in the plane if it's crashing. So
Sure.
we're kind of in crisis mode right now. No matter where you look at it, it's crisis. Like we're crisis schooling. We're not really homeschooling our kids. We are crisis schooling our kids. And we are in crisis mode. So take self-care, and then you can re-energize and come and like take care of your kids. So a lot of people are ultra focused, from a couple clients that I've talked to. They're ultra focused on, gosh, I'm doing a terrible job at this schooling. I'm doing a terrible job. And they're starting to feel like I'm a failure. And one of my dear clients that I talked to, I was just like, honey, we're all in the same boat. We're all crisis schooling, and it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the good thing about this is you're not homeschooling your kids. You are crisis schooling your kids. And, and she was having a hard time. And I said, try to get into a routine, whatever that routine is. And then if they don't get it done by noon, go outside, take a bike ride. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what really matters is taking care of yourself.
hmm One of the things that I've talked with a lot of parents about is that, our kids are going to remember how we handle this with them. And so they're going to remember how we interacted. They're going to remember the positive experiences. They're also going to remember the negative ones. And so
Right.
making sure that we're really focused on spending time with them and managing, the situation as opposed to forcing it and I love your term of crisis schooling because it definitely feels like that some days for sure.
Right.
So
We're not schooling or homeschooling our kids. That's homeschooling is an active choice, I feel like. We are not like, I did not decide that I wanted to school my kids. That was not on my bucket list. Like, this is crisis
absolutely.
schooling.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
hey, one more question for you is, with everybody doing this, we're working from home and we're doing a lot more video meetings and we're doing a lot more in-camera types of things and we're up close and personal in that camera. Any tips or tricks or things that you would suggest for people to feel more comfortable and feel presentable in front of the camera at times and not feel like they need to avoid those interactions?
Right. I mean, interaction is so important. Everybody is avoiding the camera. I've been on a lot of Zoom meetings and people just turn the camera off. And we're human, like we need social interaction of some kind. And so a couple of things is, find a background that doesn't have light behind you. So I am literally like I scooted over so that I didn't have light behind me because that will make the camera look worse. You'll look just washed
Hmm.
out and black basically. So getting so there's not light behind you. The light source should be in front of you of some sort. And then also, I mean, if you're have your laptop on your table and it's like this angle, you know, go find some books and prop it up or something so that when you're looking at yourself, you feel like you're at a better angle because this is not a good angle for anybody.
I
you
love
know,
that. You're absolutely right. And you don't want to feel like you're talking down into a camera. You want to feel like you're
right.
talking
Like
directly
to the
there.
person. Yes.
Hmm. And
And
I was just have to take your advice though of the camera because I don't have any hair, so I have the light that just shines off my bald head. So
yeah,
I appreciate that idea of moving that around.
right. Just
Go
move it
ahead.
around until you can see that you can see your face.
Hmm.
And it will definitely make it so that you feel better about what you're presenting to the people around you. Also, um, I just started doing live videos and stuff online, and my first couple were really awkward because I was trying to, I don't know, be somebody I'm not. Okay. And the people who you're talking to are usually people you know. They're in your office already. They know that you are quirky. They know you're clumsy. They know your personality. They know everything about you as a person. So, like, yes, we don't want to hear our own voices because that's really weird sound in our heads. But um and we don't like to to look at ourselves in a camera, so just switch the screen so you see the other people and not yourself. And then just, I mean, you are who you are. Like,
Hmm.
people already know that you're goofy, you're clumsy, you're a hot mess express. People already know your personality because they work with you. And this is just, you're just working from afar. And you just have to remember and tell yourself, they already know who I am. They already know
Absolutely.
everything about me.
Well, and authenticity is appreciated, right? I mean, just being yourself and being authentic and, being in that place that feels like I can be myself, and these are people who care about me and know me and makes it a
Hmm.
lot more comfortable. So
Right.
I,
Because everybody is feeling those things.
yes,
Everybody. And to remind yourself, everybody is feeling this. Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Well, Tia, thank you so much for talking with me. It's been fun. It's been enjoyable, and great tips and great ideas. And I think as we continue through this, I hope this is helpful for those who get to watch it and see it. Just to remember that we are all dealing with some of the same things. We're all
Right.
feeling the same way, and
Yeah.
there are days that we're all going to feel like a mess, but we're all feeling like a mess
Always.
together, and
Yeah.
that's great.
Exactly. And, if you're feeling like a mess, just, call somebody, talk to somebody. Um, it doesn't have to be a secret, that you're struggling. And I also, there was a point when you asked something about why do people are missing salons and stuff. Um, my earbud just fell out. um, I appreciate you guys doing these videos because um, I think it's Mental Health Awareness Month, right?
It is,
Yeah.
yes, May is mental
Yeah.
health awareness. Yeah,
And I feel like that is something that is like talked about more. Mental health is talked about in the medias now, and I think that's another reason why self-care and people are missing the salons is because people are generally more aware of their mental health, and it's not a stigma anymore. I mean, there's still a stigma around it, but it's not.
sure.
It's the more we talk about it, and the more we're comfortable around it. Um, Self-care will start being like, okay, yeah, I do need to take care of myself. And I appreciate that you guys are really doing these things and making it, talked about.
Well, thank you. And again, we appreciate you taking the time to be with us. It's been great.
Yeah.
And we will make sure to continue to do these and continue to support people throughout this. So we really appreciate that support as well. So
Yeah.
thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.